Hello, this is Mr. Carlisle with the Forensic Science class. I wanted to welcome you to the class and show you a few things. First, when you log in, you should come to this page here. It's what's called the announcement page. On the announcement page, you will see my cell phone number. There's also a link that you can click to book an appointment. On the resource guide, you'll see resource for study guides for like the midterm, the segment 1 exam, segment 2 midterm, and the segment 2 final exam. You would just click those and hit open, and a Word document will open up with some study stuff if you would like to check those out. But once you're at the announcement page, we're going to start by order of importance, and the first thing that you would need to know how to do is get to the textbook or the lessons. So this hamburger thing, the main menu, you would click that and a cloud thing should open up, and you want to search for lessons. Click lessons, and this is basically your textbook where you're going to read all the information, and you would either click segment 1 or segment 2, most likely segment 1, and you would start with module 1. Modules are kind of like chapters, but at Florida Virtual School we refer to them as modules. So I'll click module 1 and I will start at 00. And just like a textbook, it'll show you everything that you're expected to read through and how long it should take you. And just like a book, you'll flip the pages. And you'll go and you'll click the videos if they're videos. And sometimes students notice that it gets cut off, like it just ends. If that happens, what you need to do is page forward and then page back. And then when you do that, the rest of the page should show if you have that problem. But basically, you will flip pages and you'll see the pages 1.02, 1.03, 1.04, 1.05. So the first 5 pages in Module 1 is reading, and then you'll get to 1.06. At 1.06, these are the questions that you're going to be required to copy, paste into a Word document, answer those, save those, and turn those in, or you can post them to the student comments section. But we're going to go over that more in a second. But these are the questions that you will end up turning in for your first assignment, 1.06. And then 1.07, these are the second assignment in the modules is usually a virtual lab or article. So here you would click this link, answer these questions. There's a second lab here. You would click this link, complete the virtual investigation, and then answer these set of 4 questions, and that's what you would turn in for 1.07. 1.08 is a discussion question. These get posted on the discussion board, and these are the 2 questions that you will post to the discussion board. So you would copy those, put them in a Word document, and you would answer those, and then you would go to the discussion board by clicking the hamburger again, go to discussion groups, and then select the correct discussion group like 1.08, and then you'll see all these other student posts that you're more than likely to read. But I believe at the very bottom you would get an option to do a new message. You would click new message, give it a subject, and then copy and paste your discussion questions answered, and then submit the message. Once you do that, you would still need to turn that in, because if you, even though it's on the discussion board, I do not know to grade it until it gets submitted. And then you keep flipping the page. 1.09 is basically a quiz to help you with the test, and then 110 would be the chapter test. Alright, so let's talk about turning things in. To turn things in, you will always go to assessments. Once you click on assessments, you'll see a list of things that you need to turn in for this class in order. Here's 1.06, it was some questions. Here's 1.07, that was the 2 virtual labs and 2 sets of questions that you would turn in here. Here's the discussion. Even though you posted those 2 things to the discussion board, you still need to click the assignment, and once you click it, a submit box, and you can either copy and paste those same questions and answers again, or you can simply write I posted to the discussion board. Then once you do that, you would click the box and submit for grading, and that lets me know to go grade the discussion board. As for the questions like 1.06, once you have those questions answered, you can copy and paste it in the student comments, and I can grade it from the student comments. Or if you have a Word document, that's probably better because it saves your work and you can always go back and open it back up. But you would drag and drop your file, or you can actually add the file manually by clicking this button here and finding it on your computer. Once you do that, you'll check the box and submit for grading. And that's how you will turn things in the class. Same for 1.07. And when it says exam, these don't require passwords, just the midterm does. But these exams, you click on them and it's going to be all multiple choice, and the exam is going to be presented in front of you. You just answer it and then you'll turn that in and it self grades itself. So it's pretty much the same thing over and over in each module. You're going to read some questions. Then you're going to do some virtual labs or virtual article, answer some questions. Then you're going to answer 2 questions to the discussion board, take a chapter test, boom, that's it. Move to the second module, same concept. Now we do have DBAs or discussion based assessments, but those only happen in modules 4, 8, 12, and 16. And discussion based assessments is a telephone call, voice to voice, and those are around 5 to 15 minutes. And once you complete those, you will get a grade and also the password for the segment exam or the midterm. And the DBA should not be skipped. So if you're up to a DBA, go ahead and schedule that appointment so we can knock those DBAs out and not skip them. Other than that, some other important things is once you turn it in from this assessment list, they'll disappear here. So if you ever need to resubmit, you will go to where Gradebook is at. You'll click Gradebook, and this will be all your assignments that have been graded. If it's been graded and you passed, it'll turn green. If you submitted, it will turn blue. And if you ever need to resubmit, you would just click on these things that you would need to resubmit from Gradebook, and you can either add to your file or retouch a different file or put it in the student comments to get more credit. And also in Gradebook, this is where you would find your grades and things like that. It will tell you your grades and the weeks active and everything at the top. And since this is my shell, I don't technically get grades, so it's kind of blank on my end. But if you open your gradebook up, you would see how far along you are, your grades for each assignment, and you can also resubmit through here. The only thing that you would not be able to resubmit would be the segment 1 midterm or a module exam. But if you text me and say, hey, I would like to redo that, no questions asked, I'll go in there and reset that for you so you can retake it if you need to. So we've covered, this is assessments where you turn things in. This is your textbook where you would read the information and get your questions at. You resubmit through Gradebook and check your grades. And another important thing is pace. The pace for this class is 4 assignments per week. You're allowed to work much faster. You can complete the class in 2 weeks, but standard pace is 4 weeks. And if you have a busy schedule, something like that, you can give me a call, text me, and we can work out a lighter pace chart if you need to. But other than that, everyone's trying to do 4 or more per week every 7 days. This is where you would email me, and the things like whiteboard, chat room, other courses, if you have other courses, you can get to those by here, or the web tools. Not very important. The major things is lessons, assessments, gradebook, discussion groups, and email. Those are the main things. And if you have a problem loading something, here's the materials list. You'd click that and you will see that this requires Flash Player, but I would not download that until you run into that problem, because most likely you already have it on your computer. Anyway, if once you read this, let me know that you've watched the welcome video and you're free to start. And the first 4 assignments for week 1 would be 4, so 1.06 to 110. And once you get that far, that's when I usually go ahead and activate you, because then it'll say week 1 active, assignment submitted 4, behind pace 0. If you have any questions, feel free to text or call me anytime. Thank you.